hello, and welcome to another episode of the playonultra podcast. This is episode 101.
Woo.
Woo. Okay, it's me and Fo, and joining us today is CaliXenon again. How are you,
Hi,
Cali?
everybody. I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay, so Sarah won't be back in a couple more weeks, I believe. I think.
Something.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, how were your weeks?
It was a 4-day week here in America because we had Memorial Day on Monday, but it felt really long despite that. I don't know why. I'm just so glad this week's over. I think it's because I've been doing Kickstarter games, so it's a lot more work to try and find demos.
I saw that. What's up with that? You've been playing like a Kickstarter demo every day.
I hadn't every other day. I don't know, I hadn't done it in a while, and I felt like I just wanted to. And it reminded me, it was good, but it reminded me why I stopped doing it. Just because I had to play a lot of demos and not film them because they're bad.
Right. I watched Wonder Woman.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Is it out over there?
It came out tonight/last night, like today. I think it came out today, so I haven't seen it yet.
So yeah,
I haven't seen it either.
Wonder Woman. SJW movie because female lead. So yeah. So,
of course.
Yeah.
No.
Holy shit! It's so much better than Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman put together. So much better than those two. Gal Gadot. Actually, I've always liked her as Wonder Woman. A lot of people like she sucks. Oh, she's just a model, just a pretty face. She's skinny, but she can fucking fight. Like she knows how to fight. So, I'll take that over any other.
What is the movie rated?
Just a normal. It's not R, if that's what you want.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. That'd be cool to have
like
the
a
R Wonder
PG-13.
Woman. Not R because of boobs. R because she's like cutting people's heads off.
Oh no, it's
No,
not.
dude, I get you.
Gal Gadot was great in it. She was hot and kicking ass at the same time. That's always a good recipe. There was too much during the fight scenes. There was too much slow-mo. It's kind of annoying. Like the first few, like, oh, that's pretty cool. All these Amazonian women jumping off of horses and shooting people with arrows to their backs and shit. That's pretty cool. Like after the 100th time, it kind of got old. And
did you ever see Dread?
You mean the Carl Urban Dread?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It did slow-mo as well, but I really liked it. And it had an in-movie reason for the slow-mo, which I thought was really clever.
Because of the thing.
The drug, yeah.
The Big Mama, yeah.
There's like a drug people are high, and so like whenever they're like a drug bust, it goes slow-mo because they're attacking junkies who see things in slow-mo.
Yeah. It wasn't as bad as that. I mean, Dread wasn't as bad as Wonder Woman.
Got it.
Like there was just too many, and yeah, sure, she's really fit and she's really good looking, and slow mo kind of like can feature her more, but it's so annoying after so many times. And
I also find things that use slow mo frequently fall into a very predictable pattern. Where it's just like she's attacking. It's like beats, like normal slow mo, normal slow mo. So like it kind of
you can definitely see like a rhythm thing, and I don't know. I personally, growing up watching like Hong Kong movies where the punches feel so real, actually most of them are pretty real and fast. And you can really feel the impact. Slow-mo just takes that out. Like I get it. Like usually Hollywood, they don't want to get their actors hurt.
I wonder if the movie was too short. And like, let's make the movie longer.
Maybe.
No one will notice.
There's also a lot of during intense moments when time is of the essence. Too many standing around making faces and talking. And it's not like they are bad actors. They weren't very good though. So, what is that guy's name? The one that plays Steve Trevor. What is his name?
I don't even know who Steve Trevor is.
That pilot guy
the love interest.
Yeah, he's the pilot that crashed onto their Amazon island thingy.
Yeah.
Their first, like, Chris Pine. Yeah, so...
it's Chris Pine. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Couple emotional scenes in the movie that got to me as well, which was really surprising. But overall, it's just way better than Suicide Squad and Batman vs. Superman. It's definitely their best movie so far.
Cool.
Definitely. Highly recommend it. If you don't hate women, is what yeah. So yeah.
Don't hate women.
Yeah, so definitely the best DC. I mean, apart from like the Batman Christopher Nolan stuff, definitely the best one so far. Is really, really good.
Is it better than Lego Batman?
Oh yeah, I feel it's better than Lego Batman.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Lego Batman was just a bit too in
Well,
your
not really
face a lot
comparable.
of times. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, if you ask me which one I would watch a second time, I would say Wonder Woman.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I was just thinking about it today. I don't think, statistically, I'm sure I've seen some of these Marvel superhero movies more than once, but I can't think of any. Like, I feel like I've seen them like once, and that was enough, and never seen them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same.
Yeah. And also Lego Batman is like targeted to kids, and the jokes is very kid jokes. And
I mean, it's not like a
Juvenile.
superhero movie. It's
Yeah.
it's a comedy.
Yeah. And I don't know if the comedy is not that good. It's harder to rewatch a comedy for me.
That's true. If it's
I-
bad, especially.
I'd rather watch an okay action movie again rather than an okay comedy movie. Maybe you get what I mean.
What about a good action movie and a good comedy? Then it's harder.
Okay,
Or it's
like
still
there's this movie. It's an older movie. I don't know if either of you guys have heard of it, but it has Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. I think it was from the 70s or the 80s, so it's like we're talking old school. But it's called The Odd Couple. And
I've heard of it.
That was
Never seen
actually
it.
that was actually my favorite movie when I was a kid, and I'm talking like 12 or 13. My friends would come over and be like, "Have you seen this movie? Let's watch this movie. We're gonna watch this movie." I was that kid. I don't know why, but that one I've seen multiple times, and that's a really good comedy.
Oh. Apparently there's a TV series that is sort of like a reboot remake of the movie.
For The Odd Couple,
Yeah. 2015.
I can't
It's not that
I can't speak on behalf of the show. All I can talk about is the movie because that's what I've seen. That's what I know. Anything else, I have no idea.
interesting.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
There's Chandler in it. Matthew Perry. Okay. So yeah, I highly recommend Wonder Woman. Go and watch that.
Cool.
So what about you guys? What did you all do?
I'm trying to find a movie. There's a movie that's The Birdcage. Have you ever seen The Birdcage, Kaylee? Kaylee.
Holly.
You're
Whatever.
gonna say hi to Kaylee in hell.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I haven't seen The Odd Couple, but when you said that, the movie that came into my mind was The Birdcage, which is a movie starring Robin Williams and
Callista Flockhart.
yes, but I'm trying to think of who's the Nathan Lane, and they're a gay couple, and they have an adopted son who's in love with Gene Hackman's daughter. Gene Hackman's like a conservative senator, so they have to like pretend to be this straight couple for a little bit to try and when they meet the parents to make it so that they don't like no wedding's called off kind of thing. Like Hank Azaria's their butler. It's a very good comedy.
Huh. Nice. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I recommend it. But this week, what did we do this week? There's a movie I saw a trailer for several months ago called not Firefight, Shootout, Free Fire.
Okay.
And I saw it like in theaters, and I saw trailers for it, and then I never heard anything about it. And so this week, I watched it online, and I'm kind of glad I didn't see it in theaters, but it was okay. The premise is there's two groups of people who come into a abandoned place to do like an illegal gun sale. Like, we're gonna buy these machine guns. Here's the briefcase of money. Here's the box of machine guns. And then something goes wrong, and it just turns into a massive firefight. It's like, whose side am I on? I don't even know anymore. And it's like this is this massive like free for all firefight. So it is okay. A lot of crawling on the ground. I think after like the for half-hour mark, nobody else walks in the movie. Everyone's like crawling around. It's all like shot. They all get shot so many times by small caliber handguns. So it's ridiculous.
Oh, jeez.
It's a comedy, right?
It's definitely has. It's aware of it trying to be funny. Like it's a little silly. But it has like Army Hammer. It has here's the guy from District 9, the main guy.
Did not watch District 9.
Oh man, you tried District 9.
Neither did I.
Oh man.
If I'm not mistaken, the guy who directed District 9 is making movies for Steam. I mean,
Oh, interesting. Oh, Charlotte Copley is who I'm thinking of.
District 9. What's his name? Neil Blomkamp.
Blomkamp.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, he's making stuff for Steam, which is interesting.
Looking at his IMDb page, I don't see that yet. But
Short movies, not like full feature-length movies.
The Escape short. Also, Untitled Neil Blomkamp Alien Project. Announced. Interesting. I'll watch it.
And Wonder Woman 2 is also already a thing. And
Of course.
And they're bringing back Patty Jenkins, the director of the first one, which is cool.
Have you seen a Go ahead, sorry.
No, she directed Monster, that really popular drama.
Monster?
Yeah, the one with Charlize Theron.
I don't know that. But speaking of Charlize Theron, have you seen the trailers for Atomic Blonde?
Yes.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah. She plays a spy, right?
Something. Some spy agent action gun girl. I have not seen Monster.
It sounds very... The title of the thing sounds very comic book. Atomic Blonde.
Totally. I'm sure there's one. Like Blonde something. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Oh, there's
It
James
seems
McAvoy.
like... Oh, that's always good.
Oh, there's John Goodman.
Also always good.
Yeah. It's going to be out in a couple of
2
months.
months? Yeah.
In July or something. Yeah. Nice. Good movies coming out. Thank
I'm looking
God.
forward to that. There was a brief gap there. Like, I remember last week, because it was Memorial Day weekend, 3-day weekend, I'm like, I should, at least one of these days, I'll see a movie. And there was nothing in theaters I cared about. The 2 movies that came out were Pirates of the Caribbean and
is that out?
Baywatch. It came out last weekend here,
Oh.
anyway. It's like, I'm not going to pay money to see either one of those things.
Nope. No.
Baywatch. Nope.
Yeah.
Like, Dwayne Johnson's hot, but I'm not going to spend money to watch Baywatch.
I bring this up every week, it seems like. Listen to my podcast, the one, How Did This Get Made? They recently had done The Fast and Furious, and the female co-host of that podcast had said Vin Diesel is hot and attractive. And I don't think that. I mean, he's just like a nice guy, but he's like a hideous thumb toe person. Like, I don't think he's sexy. Like, I can see The Rock being sexy. I can't see Vin Diesel at all. Like, the voice, sure, but...
The voice?
The voice, maybe. Like, even then.
Yeah, even then.
I don't know.
Okay, funny story. I'm not really attracted to the guy either, but for some reason, many years ago, I don't remember how old I was, I had the most random dream, and we were like in the universe of the Pacifier movie that he was in, right? And we're running somewhere, I don't know what we're doing, we end up like in the sewer system, going through the tunnels, and there's like this waterfall. It wasn't sewage though, it was somehow sanitary. I don't know how, but we're like in
we're in the
underground
sewers,
tunnels.
but it's gotta be clean. Fucking hell.
Yes.
It's my dream, bitch.
And we're running, and we get to like this this drop off, like there's this waterfall going down, and we're gonna have to jump down into the water, and we stand there for a moment, and I don't know why, but I turned and I gave him a kiss on the cheek, and then he's like, "Nice kiss," and then we jump over the waterfall, and I just woke up like, "What the fuck?" Okay,
You remember this dream pretty fucking vividly. Like,
well, I mean, wouldn't
pretty
you remember a dream where you kissed a celebrity?
I have no idea.
You would,
Vin
especially
Diesel-
when it's so random, like that.
He has a YouTube channel where he does karaoke, and it's super embarrassing.
Oh my god.
Maybe they...
No.
Okay, to me, when I find someone attractive, it's not just the looks, it's their personality and like their interests. Blah, blah, blah.
Fair enough.
Vin Diesel is like a huge D&D nerd, so it could be like, oh, he's like this huge muscle buff guy, but he's also a nerd.
But like, I heard he's also kind of a jerk. Like,
I mean, most celebrities are, right?
that's true. But like, I guess like The Rock and Jason Statham are gonna have a spin-off movie because they teamed up in the most recent Fast and Furious.
Right.
And there was gonna be a stinger after the credits for that. And they sent out the film movie reels with this stinger on the end, and Vin Diesel caught wind of it, and he forced them somehow to recall it and cut that bit from the movie and then ship them back out again because he didn't want... Because he and The Rock do not speak. Like, he and The Rock do not get along at all, from what I hear.
Seriously?
Well.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like, there's a movie with, apparently, there's a movie with this with Jamie Foxx and Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler is like a prisoner, but he's like planning all these like explosions and shit everywhere, like some sort of terrorism.
Oh yeah, I remember
thing.
seeing the trailers
I
for
can't
that.
remember
Yeah.
what's the name. Yeah, quite a few years ago. And Jamie Foxx led the cop. Apparently, the original script, the good guy Jamie Foxx was supposed to lose in some way, but Jamie Foxx was like, "No, fuck you! I want to win," basically. And that's how the movie's ending changed. Apparently,
Interesting. I had also heard that the Fast and Furious cast all have it in their contracts now at this point that they can't lose fights. If they're ever in a fight, they can't lose.
right?
I don't know how high that goes or not.
No wonder those movies have just started to suck more and more and more and more.
Like I watched the first one.
We're gonna have
okay.
no conflict.
Tokyo Drift was fun because it was in Tokyo and it's not just like American muscle heads everywhere. That was fun, and that's about it. That's like the only two movies I watched.
The most recent one's the only one I've seen because it was free, so I couldn't say no. But it's kind of a waste of time.
So yeah, Kelly, what did you do this week?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. I think I mostly just did some streaming. I did a creative stream for like the first time in forever, and I do perler art and whatnot. So that was nice. I played Glover and Gex 64. They're
Glover?
old. Glover.
I know the second one. Never heard of
Glover.
Of course, the first thing that comes out is Donald Glover. What the fuck?
Of course.
No, it's this really old. I have a love-hate relationship with that game. It has a really interesting dynamic because you play as a glove,
Right.
and the whole thing is like there's a wizard and a spell went wrong, and so one glove goes into the pot and becomes evil, and another glove like flies out the window, and that's the one that you're playing as. And then there are these power stones, these power gems that like come forth from the wizard somehow and spread off in different directions, and so you're trying to go get the gems and bring them back, and you can change them into different kinds of spheres that are more resilient, that don't break as easily. And like the level design in that game leaves something to be desired. The physics are harsh and unforgiving. Like
It's a
they're
3D
either
platformer
and
from like the
it's like
PS1 and 64 days. Those are
Yeah.
really hard to go back and play.
yeah. Oh my god! But I still had a lot of
Yeah.
fun. It was good. And then Gex 64 is a little bit better made. I would say it's a lot less frustrating. Doesn't make you as salty as Glover will. And the whole premise is that you're this gecko and you're like going into different movies, like different movie tropes. And it's just a platformer collector game, and he sometimes makes random references, but it doesn't seem appropriate because I think Gex 64 is marketed for like kids and teenagers, but he makes references to like Cheech and Chong. So it's like okay. But yeah, no, I had a really good time. Just streaming, chilling, working.
I actually did not stick around for the Wonder Woman after credits. I don't even know if there's one.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I'd assume so, but I don't know.
Oh, Wonder Woman does not have a post-credit scene. Yeah, I'm not the idiot who stayed around for no reason. Yay. I fucking hate
That's
those.
pretty
Like, just
shocking.
show it. Just fucking show it right after the movie. Fucking hell.
That's true.
Actually, what is the point of doing it after the credits? I mean, there's usually there's like 2 credits, right? The first one
At
is like all the
first it was
bigger
a-
names,
Right.
and then the next one is like the one where they really just scroll everything. It's
Yeah.
usually after the first one. Like, what's the point?
Well, initially it was a cool little like Easter egg, I think,
Sure,
but now it's not.
exactly.
Yeah,
So what's
yeah,
the point
no,
of
when it
doing
came out, when that
Now they
was the first
expect it,
thing, it
though.
was like a novelty. Yeah,
Right.
It was a novelty at first, like, oh, we get rewarded for watching through all the credits and all the people that put their
Yeah.
time and effort into this. But now it's like, well, it's just always at the end. That's just how it's done. But it's like everyone's kind of over that now, especially when it's expected. It's like part of
Yeah.
what they do with these movies now. So putting it at the very end is just like, okay, we're gonna sit here for 10 frickin' minutes. All right, let's wrap it up. We got places to be, kids to put to bed. Come
And
on.
it's usually for jerks like me who are like, "Oh, I know that obscure reference. That's what they're spoiling to the next movie." People around me are
Yeah,
like,
you're the
shut
friend.
up.
You're the friend that I have to go with because I'm like, what's that? Like, I'm interested in the comics, but it's just like I've never invested that much time. But I mean,
and you'd
in the
have
realm
to
of
invest a
video
lot of
games,
time.
yeah, no, because there's so many comics and so many universes and so many branches that go off.
That's
and I'm
why
like,
that was my barrier to getting to DC. Because like in DC, if you Google like any superhero or supervillain's name, there's always like 3 different people who wore the mask. It's like I can't keep track of different people. At least in Marvel, even though it makes less sense, but even in Marvel, they're the same person the whole time, which is more convenient.
Like which movie was that? I think it was Daredevil. The after credit scene showed this guy with a briefcase, and I think there's like a logo or some words on the briefcase that basically shows that is the Mr. Sinister's company or something like that.
This is the Netflix Daredevil, or the one with Ben Affleck.
Did I say Daredevil? I mean Deadpool, the movie Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool. Okay.
Yeah. So like, I those kind of little references is usually for like the fanboys, but most of the time it's like, you know, like, oh, Iron Man is recruiting some dude.
Yeah.
It's right. That's basically.
Iron Man's hitting on Spider-Man's mom again. My aunt.
And yeah.
Were there two after Deadpool things? Because the thing I remember after Deadpool was awesome.
I think there are 2
He
different
basically-
versions.
Okay, he
sometimes do
referenced
that.
the after credits of Ferris Bueller, which to my knowledge is the first movie to do it. It's like Deadpool like comes on the course like, what? You're still here? Movie's over.
Oh.
Go home. Like, you know, it's like that bit.
Was it Deadpool or Logan? I don't even remember. Don't remember.
I don't know.
So yeah.
Yeah, because that's the ending that I remember is the one that Foe just said. The Ferris Bueller
Could be
reference.
another movie, but I'm pretty sure it's.
I mean,
I
Mr.
do remember the briefcase.
Sinister.
I remember the briefcase happening, but I can't
maybe there's
remember
2.
which movie
Maybe
it
there's
was.
2. Yeah. See, what's the point of this? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also been playing Nier Automata. Fucking finally. And okay, so I don't know if knowing about the game kinda, I wouldn't say ruined, but controlled my expectations of it, because I know that it's supposed to be played multiple times with different endings. So like the first time I played it, it almost felt like work. It almost felt like a chore, because I was
To
like,
get to the endings you want later.
it's more like this game is so hard to talk about without spoiling it. I'm not, because you don't know, like Dark Souls. Like in Dark Souls, people consider what kind of bosses waiting for you are spoilers, right?
Yes, people do that.
Yeah.
It's not because of the plot or anything. It's just the
Right.
No,
experience of finding out.
It's
The
kind
reaction
of the
of seeing the
experience.
thing.
Right, but there is lore behind it. Like
Right.
there's lore behind all the characters and stuff. It can tie in. So like if you know what the final boss is waiting for you, and as you play the game, you kind of like you can start putting the pieces together and say, okay, I see what happened in this world. But I digress.
So, but one thing, Nier Automata is definitely something only a game can do. Like, you get to see all these different, and it's not it's not one of those games where you, oh, I make this choice right at the end, that's why I got different ending kind of thing. It's like, try not to spoil it here. It's fucking hell. You technically don't play it through again, is what I'm trying to say. Like
That's how the first one was.
like the
It's
endings.
like a different game, kind of.
Yeah, like the endings, they don't exist separately. If what I'm trying to say, like a lot of games, they like, oh, you got this ending because you did this during the game. You got this ending because
Right.
you did this. But the endings in Nier Automata is like it exists together. That kind of thing. So
Oh.
Okay.
right.
It's just
And,
seeing a different aspect of the same event.
So there's that, and there's also a continuation, and the gameplay is definitely way better than the first one because it's platinum, obviously. Very smooth. I really love the animations, how the characters just seamlessly go go into one animation and you can just like either dodge or jump or go into the next combo. It just feels so smooth. It's so good. It's a bit hard to see sometimes what's happening because there's just so many bullets going all over the place and there's just so many explosions. When you hit someone, that person will be exploding and shit. So it's like really difficult if you can't see the because they do that different perspective, like it can be top down, it can be like a 2D side scroller. It's so seamless. It's like from 3D now in 2D. Fucking hell, it's so goddamn smooth. The transitions, it's so good. I really love that, and the bullet hell sections are really good as well. Man, I
wish I could say the same for the camera work in Glover and Gex 64, but I can't.
Those are pretty old though.
Yeah, no, I know, but like, oh my god, we're spoiled. We're spoiled now. Yeah. Is all I'm saying.
And that is why I can't go back to like maybe PS2 games. Maybe like the PS2 Jack and Dexter, Ratchet and Clank. Those are still okay. But PS1 is like, holy shit. So yeah, I highly recommend. You don't need to play the first game. There are references to the first game. There are also like returning references, and I guess sort of like a character from the first game also returning. So that's really cool. But yeah, it's great for people who love the first game and who's never played the first game. It's just a damn good game on its own. It's such a good game.
Nice.
Finally got to play it. Fucking hell. But the performance is kind of shit. I'm playing it on the PS4 because
glitchy and stuff.
I don't want to gamble on the PC version, so I just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get a PS4 version. My PS4 is just the Slim, it's not the Pro, so it tries to run at 60, but sometimes it just, and it's weird, like sometimes when there's a lot of enemies, it runs okay, but sometimes like just in an environment, for no reason, it just starts to stutter and shit. It's really inconsistent.
Maybe it's considering collisions for all the blades of grass.
Maybe they haven't patched anything yet, but yeah. And I'm playing it on English voices because the Japanese voice, I would say the Japanese voice acting is better, but I don't want to be reading the subtitles while dodging bullets at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So I was just like, fuck it, just play the English voices. So yeah, Nier Automata. It's a damn good game. Highly recommend it. So anything else, people?
You've mentioned the chore thing, which reminded me. I'm having a similar experience with Hover this week, where it came out of early access and they wiped all progress. So I've been trying to replay through and regrind up.
Oh, wow.
Because they have this. So like when the game
I'm very sure you mentioned this before. I mean, they've done this before. I remember you saying that they've actually reset progress before.
Maybe
before they did like a huge patch that like revamped the skill system or something like that. I remember you telling.
So so that wasn't a complete wipe, but it did wipe.
Right.
It reset your character levels. It didn't erase your characters in progress.
Like, here's your skill points back.
Yeah. Well, so what happened? So when the game first launched, the earliest access it was, you leveled up to level 10 as the cap, and you got a skill point. You could put the skill point in some skills like strength, which increased like your jump or whatever, or jump increased jump, energy increased energy, that kind of stuff. They got rid of that system, and now whenever you level up, you unlock a slot on this like kind of patterny thing. And then throughout the course of the game, you can get these chips, and the chips will do things like increase your jump or increase your grind. You can put them in the slots. So now there's this grinding element to acquiring the bestest chips, which kind of sucks. It's not that hard to get good chips, but the fact that you have to have, or the fact that good chips exist and have such a big impact on your performance completely makes me uninterested in doing any online stuff. Like, because it's not really a skill anymore. I mean, skill's a factor, but you're almost always going to lose to somebody who has better chips than you. And
we were talking about this, right? How do you balance, like, in an RPG, how do you balance, like, the skill level of the player, the actual player?
I think, well, so World of Warcraft not that long ago changed their PvP mode, so when you get into PvP, everyone's given the same gear. Like, everybody the same class is given the same gear. And I think that was unpopular to some people, but I think on the whole it's probably better.
Right.
I don't know. certainly to like this appeals to some people, but it doesn't appeal to me to either be the guy with overpowered armor owning everything, or to be the guy being owned by the overpowered armor. Because that's just either side of that coin is not fun for me.
Yeah, definitely. One other thing I forgot to add, since we last spoke, I've become almost obsessed with a little game that's in pre-alpha right now called Astroneer. I don't know if either of you...
That
wish
base
list.
building.
Yeah.
One of the game developers passed away recently.
Oh no!
Oh my god, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. They made a blog post and all that. I forgot why. He was pretty young too. He's like less than 30 or something.
Oh,
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, it's a damn good pre-alpha. So...
I'm just double checking my facts because I don't want to say this person died. No, not really. Okay.
Oh jeez.
Go ahead, Cal.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, I feel like I've explored pretty much everything that there is to explore, but still the aspect of just being able to go into a fresh world that's always randomly generated, and it's very pretty. I think it's beautiful. And it's still just in pre-alpha, so like I'm really excited to see where this goes and what it becomes. I feel like this has the potential to become what No Man's Sky should have been.
Oh, No Man's Sky, we haven't name dropped that in a while.
Well, I mean, like, the idea that you can travel to other planets.
Oh, you
and
can?
Once...
Interesting.
Yeah. It's really cool.
I thought you were just giving, like, here you go, this one planet.
No, dude, no. You can build a spaceship and you, like, fly to different planets. They have a toxic planet, a tundra planet,
Toxic planet? What, with gamers and shit?
No, it's all YouTube. It's all YouTube. There. Yeah.
Must be the MOBA players. Okay.
No, but it's a lot of fun. Like I have it and I play it with my friends. I stream it, and I've actually been generating hype about the game through my stream, which is really exciting. I'll have people stop in like, "What is this? What is this?" And then they're like, "Well, I just bought this game. Well, I just got it, or I'm gonna get back into it." And so it's really encouraging to see. I want to keep it up because I don't want them to stop. Because it seems to me that whatever I get interested in, whether it's a TV show or a movie or a game that's coming out, I get really hyped about it. Like, oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for it to come out. And then they cancel it. They go bankrupt. They, like, it's just,
I think this one is safe. And I think this one is safe because they have 15,000 reviews, which is freaking insane. Which is an insane number.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, good.
Is it very, it's not like the Minecraft block. It's a voxely kind of...
Yeah, it's not...
Does it have limitations when you want to build something?
Define limitations.
Not resources, more like space or maybe like computer performance.
Well, I mean, it's in pre-alpha, so there are certain optimizations that they don't quite have yet. Like, for a while, when they first released it, you could build tethers, and the tethers were how you could get away from your base to go explore more of the world, explore caves, etc., etc. But there was a glitch where if you put too many tethers down, it would, like, cause everything to glitch out and get really weird just because the optimization wasn't there. So, like, they had to patch that pretty quick. So, if you do build your base, like, really, really huge, then that can cause problems. But I mean, that's going to get ironed out as they release patches and do more optimizations and stuff like that. So I don't foresee that, like so I'll say that there are some limitations, but for my gameplay, I haven't noticed any. Well, except when you build a rover and then you can build another rover and attach that like a trailer and another one. I think one of my friends built a train of like 4 or 5 rovers, and it would just like... Do you remember the Get Don meme? Where like people would like spaz out and go everywhere? Okay, that's what the trailer looked like, driving across the horizon, just like spazzing out everywhere. Eventually it would just kind of explode and like go off into space, and you could look up and you'd see the little markers that it was up. There's like, yeah, it's still there. It'll come back around. Oh, there it is. All right. There. Oh.
Is it orbiting in space?
Yes, we would launch into space to go to a different planet, and we'd be like, holy shit, there it is. It's over there.
Can you build satellites?
You can build a shuttle and a spaceship to launch into space, but satellites, not yet.
Not yet.
But I'm sure that'll be something that you can do to like scope out other planets and whatever. But so far, yeah, they have the main planet, and then toxic, tundra, arid, and exotic. So you've got 5 planets.
So it's not like real life planets. I have no idea what, like Mars or some shit.
No, I mean, I think it's kind of designed after those a little bit, because they're extreme environments where you need more oxygen, or there's different kinds of debris or creatures. And I have to say that the toxic planet or the radiated planet reminds me a lot of Fallout. Like, I get that kind of Fallout vibe whenever I go to that planet, and it's very hostile and like all this stuff. But I feel like there's a lot to do in that game, even though it's pre-alpha. And that's what has me so excited, is the fact that it is pre-alpha. Like, I don't even know what the beta's going to look like. You know what I mean? Like, where they're going to go from here. Because it already feels like a really cute little game.
To be fair, the game developers can call their game whatever stage they want, and you won't even know. But hey, this game is pre-alpha.
Yeah, okay. That's true. That's true.
I think it's cool that it already supports multiplayer, because a lot of these sandbox games, like, it looks cool, but I don't care if it's not multiplayer.
Right.
Yeah, no, you can have 4 people at once.
Do you have like a hunger? Oh, good. That's good.
Nope.
Can you destroy your friends' creations?
I don't think so. There's not really a teardown. Well, no, there is. There is. I'm not gonna spoil it and say what it is, because it's fun to discover it on your own. I think it's quite a surprise. When I found this element in the game, I was just like, "What the? Okay, whatever."
Okay, it's true near. I think 4 you wanted to play this game.
I did, yeah.
You did or you do?
I did. I don't know.
What's
I'll
the
wait
answer?
for it to come to early access. I don't really do early access normally.
Fair enough.
And I also think you, because for you kind of like that, stories revolving around like AI and like
Yeah.
Nier Automata has that in
Yeah,
a very
that makes
interesting
sense.
way. Yeah. So yeah.
That's also my wish list.
Yeah. Everything's on your wish list. I have so many games on my
I have
wish
a
list.
big
Holy
wish
shit.
list.
So yeah.
Oh,
They
which
don't go on
reminds me,
sale.
Ark Survival Evolved is on
Right.
sale right now on Steam.
Nice.
Is it still early access? It is, right?
It's
think so.
not full release, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I don't think
but
it-
I mean,
I played it.
It's like $10 right now. So
It's a good deal.
So I
Yeah.
was watching this Eurogamer video on Prey, the sequel to Prey 2 that was cancelled. The sequel to the original 2006 game, not the current 2017 game. So
Okay.
apparently they were going for a really cool like twist story kind of thing. So I'm just gonna say it because I can't spoil anything since the game is never gonna come out. So you play so from the first game, you don't play the same character from the first game. You play another character, but it's in the same planet universe kind of thing. And eventually you'll meet up with like the first game's protagonist and stuff, and you'll work together, blah blah blah. So whenever you die, you will respawn back in your apartment. And at the end, near the end, there was like an emergency kind of thing, and then you had to do like an emergency landing onto Earth, like Earth. And then it would show like your protagonist living a full life, like on Earth, having kids, getting married, blah blah blah, and then dying of old age, right?
yeah.
You know what happens after that? He gets respawned into the apartment back on that planet.
That's awesome.
Because he's like, every time he dies, a clone will come back. And he has like no memory or recollection of what happened or something.
But it's not back in time, it's just a clone.
I'm
born
pretty
again.
sure it was clone, yeah. And
Okay.
the reason why the publishers, which is in this case Bethesda, did not like that one is because they thought it was too complicated for gamers to understand.
What?
Oh my god.
So I'm just gonna double check. Did you
Bethesda-
understand what I said? Just want to double
No,
check.
sorry. Too stupid. I'm sorry. No,
Can publishers please stop using 12-year-old boys
Gosh.
as part of your focus group?
That's insane.
So we're too stupid to understand that he's a clone. It's not exactly a new thing here, clone.
I guess it's not a happy ending, and people like happy endings. I don't know.
The game Soma had a far more complex structure and like story design and all that stuff than what you just told me.
Right.
It was far more complex and
did you finish
your
already?
brain had to. I did. I did finish it, and I'm disappointed.
Oh. It was not complex enough.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, too easy to understand. Holy shit, fucking plebs. So yeah, Bethesda thinks we're too fucking dumb. So
I mean, I enjoyed the game. I wouldn't discourage anyone from playing it, but I read too far into it when I was playing it, and so the ending was just like, oh well, fuck. Okay, whatever.
So yeah,
I had that same problem last week as well. The game called what was it called? It was A Second Before Us.
Oh, did you finish that?
Little hints. Yeah, it's a really short game. It's 4 parts, like it wasn't a 2-hour-long game. But yeah, twist was.
Was there a twist?
One of the ones I predicted, and not the coolest one. Yeah, sort of. It's like, you were this person the whole time writing these journals. It's like, yep, that's
what you thought, right? Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't a twist, but I don't know. Like they ended like right after the reveal. It's like, aha, poof.
Oh my god.
It's like a magician just coming out with a hat, pull out a rabbit, and just runs away.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Oh, dumb.
So yeah, expect Bethesda's Elder Scrolls 6 to be like a first-person shooter or some shit because it's too complicated or something.
It's just going to be like
with guns.
A one-button game.
They already have
like
Skyrim with guns. You just need the right mod.
That'd be cool. I'd play that.
Yeah. So yeah, but publishers think we're too dumb. Publishers think we're all chubby
No,
boys.
just Bethesda. Just Bethesda. Maybe some other ones, but not all publishers.
Not all. Okay, not all. Most, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, you guys want to get into some news?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's get into some news. Steam did a thing. So a few weeks ago or months ago, they mentioned like we're gonna tear down Greenlight. That's not a thing we want to do anymore. Let's introduce Steam Direct instead. And when they were announcing that, they said that the fee that they were thinking of was between 100 and 5,000. And
well,
I thought it was 100 and 500. That's funny.
So they came out with a new blog post. Just like yesterday, 2nd June. And they basically say internally they were thinking about 500, going with the $500 mark. And they were like monitoring what people were talking about. And a lot of people made cases for both the really low end and the really high end parts. So they announced that, okay, we're just going to do it at $100. And you can recoup this. This $100 is per game, and you can recoup this. I don't think they say how you can recoup this. I don't remember if they mentioned it in their previous post, but you can get it back. It's like a deposit.
Interesting.
Okay. So
I didn't know that part.
$100 is, I mean, it's good for them. More games means more money for them. It's not really a bad thing either way for them. And and it's not like you can say I'm gonna stop using Steam forever. Like, okay, buy games.
How do you feel
the Windows Store,
about
I guess.
Steam? I mean, this is not like a revelatory thought, but how do you feel about Steam not being as curated as it once used to be? I mean, for them it makes sense having a bigger market, but I'd rather almost have like Steam be super curated and then like go to other sites or other things. Obviously, that makes no sense for Steam to do that, but I'd kind of like, I don't know.
So do you
an easier way?
So say that again. You want them to curate more or less?
I do. Yeah. Like I don't want the games.
More.
I don't want the games that don't make the cut not to get made.
Right.
They can go on other platforms. Like because Steam's this monopoly. I wish it was. I don't know. I could.
How would you separate the content?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, like the other only store that is basically a competition to Steam is GOG.
I think Game Jolt sells a lot of the games that I'd like to play, but I end up just getting them on Steam because they're there.
But Game Jolt is not like on the same level with Steam and GOG.
No, not even close.
Yeah,
that's true. But I was thinking style of game. I feel like there's like a I don't know.
Oh,
it's like
you
a
mean
tier
like,
of game, like indie, super indie,
like
or
college projects and stuff like that can be on there. Is what you're saying?
but like Fran Bow was on Game Jolt.
Interesting. I
Like
didn't know that.
little indie games.
Hmm.
And then Pinstripe seems the kind of game that could be on Game Jolt. I haven't visited it
What about
recently.
itch.io?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I'm confusing those two.
I know itch.io is pretty popular. I'm not sure Game Jolt is as popular as that.
I think. Let me see.
Like, I'm not sure. Do you want
Yeah.
Steam to only
Well,
sell
I feel like a
AAA?
lot of Game Jolt links take me to itch.io or vice versa. I can't remember which is which.
Do you want Steam to only have games
AAA.
that work with like publishers? So like Devolver Digital is an indie publishing company. So if you work with Devolver, you get onto Steam. So no self-publishing is what you're trying to say?
On Steam?
On Steam.
Maybe. No, I wouldn't draw the line. I mean, in my fantasy head, I wouldn't draw the line at self-publishing. Just some sort of quality of game.
Yeah.
Like, ideally,
Steam's
all
not
the games I
gonna do
want to
that.
play are on Steam, so
Right.
I only have to visit Steam.
Right.
But in a slightly less ideal world, then I can know, like, the number of games that I like that are on Steam are so few, I can just get them through other sites.
That will require actual work and resources from Steam's end.
A lot.
They're
And
not going to do
there's
that.
no incentive for them to do this.
Yeah. Because they make money regardless.
Yes.
Even
and
on, like, the trading cards,
players
they make
can
money.
use their own judgment on games.
Yeah. So that's why they actually said they don't want to focus on curating. They basically said, I don't want to.
Have they
don't wanna-
ever really focused on it?
But they want to focus on delivery of the content.
Of course. You mean they're taking up our money? That's what they mean.
Sure, I guess. Like, hey, you clicked on Final Fantasy. Would you want to play this anime tits game? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Honey Pop right over
Yep.
here.
So yeah, you like Final Fantasy. This game has tits in the anime art style. That's the same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, so that's the thing. They are also updating the Steam curator system, which is cool. They're gonna give curators an easier ability to like share their actual content, which could be on YouTube or whatever. Also
Like
want to give
embedded
them
or something?
Yeah. Also want to give them like sorry, say again?
Like embedded or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, link.
From the screenshots I'm looking at, it's like embedded directly into the Steam browser, I believe. So
Cool.
it's not just a link anymore, because right now I believe
Yeah.
it's only a link. Yeah.
I think so.
And another thing is like giving curators an easier way to make lists of the games, and also giving curators easier access to get keys for games, pre-release keys, stuff like that. So yeah, they're adding features. I'm just not sure if it's good features or needed features, because there are a lot of like groups that have a lot of members in them, and they can sway like right now they can sway Steam greenlight votes. All you have to do is just
That's
give them
for sure.
the keys. So it's like, even if it's a shit game, they don't care. I think it's because they make money out of trading cards.
Yeah.
I've never really touched that realm of Steam, and frankly, I'm very annoyed by it. The trading cards.
Yeah.
Like, it's like there's nothing new in your inventory, and I'm like, oh god damn it, what do you want from me?
I have to
Leave me
look at
alone.
it to clear the notification.
Yeah. So that's Steam doing a thing. No, I'm not gonna talk about Nintendo. So this one, RiME.
Yeah, Ryan, you want to play that, right?
I guess. I mean,
Oh, less so now. Less than 2 weeks ago.
wait, what? Did I say I
I
wanted to
wanna
play?
play
I thought maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe it was one of our guests.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was.
It's apparently
Somebody
supposed to be like, it has like the feel and element of like a journey plus an eco kind of thing.
Okay.
One of those indie
Honestly,
games kind of.
I read the descriptions of like puzzle on island exploring, and I'm like, oh, Myst. Let's do it.
It's real time though, right? It's like a platformer or no?
It's a third-person adventure puzzle exploration game with a
Okay.
very colorful.
Yeah, the art style is what appeals to me the most.
Yeah, So it's supposed to be like it takes like influences from like Eco and Journey, those kind of games, and but it also has like puzzles and stuff like that.
So Myst, yeah.
So yeah, and but the thing about the game is the DRM.
I heard this story. It's a rumor,
It's not a rumor.
but it's a good rumor.
What?
It's not. I didn't think it was confirmed.
Oh, what are you thinking about?
The DRM is rumored to impact the performance of the game.
Right. So they basically made an announcement saying that if they can, because they're using Denuvo, which is like the best DRM right now. If the pirates can crack Denuvo, we will remove Denuvo from the main, like the main game. So
Okay.
after they made that announcement, 2 days it was cracked.
Right.
Yep.
It's not that strong.
Because if you challenge them, they're gonna do it.
I love their misguided optimism.
And
Right.
the thing is, a lot of games took a long time. Like Tomb Raider took a while.
It took a couple weeks, right?
Tomb Raider, a couple of months at
Longer
least.
than that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Doom also took a few months, I believe. And Nier Automata also took like 2 months. Took a while. And I'm not sure, but the ones that got cracked really fast was Inside and RiME. Like the 2 indie games that uses. I'm not sure why. Are they using a cheaper version? Are they not implementing it properly because they lack the technical skill to do it? I have no idea.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that the 2 games that was cracked really fast were the 2 indie games. So, anyway, the person who cracked it actually said that because how Denuvo works is it does a call to the server, so technically you have to be online when it does it, and a lot of games do it like during the loading screen or once in a few hours kind of thing. It's not very often.
Right.
But apparently RiME does it like a few hundred times in a very, very short amount of time. And apparently that's supposed to be affecting the performance. And the people who cracked it and the people who've played the cracked version have said that the actual cracked version performs better.
Yeah.
Which is...
I mean, it's plausible.
It is plausible. The thing is, the previous claims about the Denuvo affecting performance has been debunked. It's just that this one is like, it seems to be the case for some reason. So that's interesting. So they've already taken out the DRM. And to be fair to the developers, Tequila Works, which recently made Sexy Brutale and Dead by Daylight and all that. And it was not their idea to put the DRM, it was their publisher. So yeah, just wanted to put it out there. Don't send death threats to developers. So yeah.
Don't send death threats to anybody.
Yeah, just don't.
That should just be just don't do that. Just don't be an asshole.
You still gotta tell people though. So yeah, so apparently the person who cracked it said after 30 minutes of gameplay there was 2 million triggers. It's a lot of triggers. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So apparently games like Nier or Prey had 1 to 2 triggers called every few minutes of gameplay. So yeah, that's probably why. Or maybe like the developers were like, we really don't want to put this DRM, let's make it extremely horrible or something. And then we'll be forced to take it out maybe.
That'd be funny.
Because like I said, it's not their idea, it was the publisher's idea. So yeah, at least they kept their word and they've taken it out. So RiME is now DRM free, which is cool.
I wonder how many games, like how many pings Denuvo is prepared to handle. Like how many concurrently playing people sending out games pings their service for take to crash their server.
Interesting. 2 million
Probably
is
a lot.
A lot of triggers for 30 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Especially if you have multiple people playing at the same time. But I mean, yeah, I mean that's probably why they remove Denuvo after a certain period of time, just to reduce that workload.
So yeah, that's about RiME. So the big one is about Far Cry 5.
Oh?
So they recently announced Far Cry 5. Anybody know about this Do you guys know about this?
No.
No? Okay, that's good. Okay. Because this is like one of the best things that's happened this year. Probably in the past few years of video games. So, Far Cry 5 was announced. And it's going to be based in Montana.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Okay, so tell me, what is the stereotype of somebody from Montana?
Like a farmer, maybe like a rancher.
Really?
Maybe they got
It's
oil, like a cowboy.
Is it
I think
in the south?
it's in the north. I think it's north, like above Colorado and slightly to the east. Let me make sure.
Yeah, it's over by Idaho.
Is there
in
any
like the
negative?
northwest?
Okay, yeah.
Is there any negative stereotypes? Not really.
I mean, super conservative.
Right.
That shares the border with Canada.
Like I think of Montana. I just think of like
right by
lots of
Portland.
grass and trees everywhere.
I think of
That's
ice.
that's pretty much it. Like the because the
It's flat.
population, the population is really low. So like the like
The
square
density,
acre per
right.
capita is like
Yeah.
massive. So yeah, I just think of like lots of space everywhere. So I hear about a Far Cry game based in Montana, and I'm thinking, all right, that's different, but people do that. It's sort of like if you say you're gonna go do your Christmas shopping at the mall versus doing your Christmas shopping at Walmart. It's like, well, you can do your Christmas shopping at Walmart. You might have less choice or less quality, but you could do it. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's gonna be your usual, first person open world game, and the bad guys is what got everybody riled up.
Native Americans.
I fucking love this.
Canadians.
Escaped slaves.
Fucking love this. No, white supremacists, cultists, extremists, and everybody.
Wait, what
okay.
time
And
period
all-
is this set in? Do we know? What's
Sorry?
the year?
Sorry?
Do you know the year the movie is set? The game is set in?
No.
The present?
No.
Okay.
So it's basically like a cult, and it's led by this like really charismatic, good-looking preacher type person, and it's not really white supremacists. It's literally a cult. They also have like black people in the cult, but the posters and all that only showed the white people because I guess that's just way more white people in Montana, I'm assuming.
Probably true.
Yeah.
So they go around like forcing people to join the cult. If you don't join, you get like killed or like violently beaten the shit up or something like that. So guess who got pissed off about this?
White supremacists.
Yes, they actually said this is an attack on the average American. So right now, I'm literally talking to two cultists because it is the average American apparently.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I have my my pentagram in the closet. I like to bring that out for my Saturday night rituals, and I stream that sometimes. It's cool. I get a pretty good turnout, and
True.
my other cultist friends will come and cheer bits so that I can get more cultist paraphernalia, like some candles and
This is
like
the
the big thick kinds that don't
This
have a
is the,
base and they just like ooze everywhere, and they mix a big mess.
This is the Cults on Ultra podcast. Yeah. So apparently the average American are cultists or white supremacists or
I don't
something.
even think the average American is white anymore.
I'm pretty sure it is. It is.
Maybe. Okay, you think so?
I think you guys are like 90% of the population or something, like some huge number, right?
Really? Oh, that's depressing.
I think like black people are 10%,
I live in a
which is
fairy
still a
tale
huge
land
ass
of
number.
California.
Yeah, California is diverse, right?
Yeah, it's pretty diverse. Relatively, I guess, apparently.
So yeah, a lot of people. So I actually saved quite a few, because there's a lot of like posts on the Steam forums and like everywhere. But to be fair to Ubisoft, they literally only have trailers up, and they actually never said like these people are white supremacists or what. They just seem like they're part of a cult. They could be like
Okay.
Nazis or whatever. We have no idea yet, but because there's only been like 4 to 5 different trailers. One of the trailers is talking about the bad guys. The other trailers were talking about like the other important leaders that's going to support you, the protagonist. So yeah, they were talking about this is an SJW game. This is an attack on white people. Okay, my favorite one is all Far Cry games uses fictional settings. That is my favorite one. And then he went on to name places that are not fictional, like Africa and Asia.
What do you mean? It's all made up, just like elves and Eskimos.
Oh my god.
Far Cry is all in fictional places like Africa. Oh, really? Africa?
You know, he's probably from Montana.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Oh my god. No, someone who says that places like Africa aren't real would probably actually believe that the elves and gnomes are real. And Eskimos, you know, they gotta believe that they're real.
Unicorns are definitely real. I mean, if rhinos exist, unicorns exist.
Yeah,
so the name of the place in Montana is called Hope County, and it does not exist. It's not a real place. Okay. So what the guy is trying to say is, it's like, you know, it's based in real continents or countries, but it's not in an actual place.
You couldn't go there and visit it.
It's not a real place, but it's like in Africa. So it's basically the same thing. The US is the real place. Hope County is not. What the fuck? Holy shit. This is the best thing that's ever happened to video games.
It's so dumb.
I'm literally buying this just to do it, just because I want to, like, oh fuck. And apparently, the reason why this game is bad is because, I'm not even fucking kidding. I really wish I'm fucking kidding. It's because white people can't be the bad guys. If you want to have bad guys in your games, you should have actual real bad guys, like people who are in Islam. I am not fucking kidding.
Does it not count if they're European bad guys? Is that not white? They're European.
I have no idea.
I guess these people, when they say white, what they mean is American.
Right, white American. So because there are a lot of people saying this is an attack on white America, basically. This is not the first game where you can kill white people. Like, GTA is a thing.
Haven't they played
literally almost every game? What the fuck?
Wolfenstein?
Yeah. I just think it's really scary that the average American see themselves in this white supremacist cultist extremist or whatever. I just find that really disturbing.
Yeah.
It is.
Who was saying this?
It's like all over the Steam forums and like maybe on Reddit and stuff. If you want to go there. If you want to go there.
Every single person sees themselves as a moderate. Whatever your views are, you think that you are in the middle of the spectrum.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a thing. And no one wants to see themselves as the bad guy either, or anyone from their circles as bad guys.
Who they identify with.
Although I will say, like, I feel like the whole occult/religion bad guy thing is so old. Like, it's just it's always done. It's like it's some cult, it's Christianity, it's Islam, it's whatever. It's like it'll be a religious thing. That's why they're twisted and blowing people up. It's because it's their religion, and it's like be more creative. You know?
But the one thing
it's cool when it's an actual religion, like the demon is real or whatever it is.
Oh, right.
When it's actual like mysticism gets involved.
The thing is, I feel that what Far Cry 5 is doing is okay because we rarely get games, or I would say games. I don't think movies do this a lot. I think games do this a lot, where they demonize basically non-white people, and very few games like make out, I guess, the white people. It's not even the white people. There's like black people in the cult. But since everybody thinks it's only white people,
yeah, no, I get you.
I just find it interesting that it's okay to kill a brown person. It's not okay to kill a white person. It's just,
it's not okay to kill anybody. Okay, but you know what? You know what this reminds me of?
Okay.
You know what this reminds me of? This might be a clever marketing tactic, because what we know about the internet is that the internet is very much
outrage culture.
No. That's not where I'm going. Anonymous.
Right.
It's very much anonymous. Okay, now, the Beatles, when they were in Europe and they were doing their thing and it was going pretty good for them, they were getting a following. When they first came over to the States, when they landed in their plane and they stepped out, there were these throngs of girls like screaming and fainting and oh my god, and come to find out, they were all plants. Like, no one in the States knew who these people were. They were all paid to be there to scream and make a big fuss so that all the other teenage girls would be like, oh my God,
that's good
who
marketing.
are the Beatles? We have to go find out. Oh my God, is my hair okay? And so, imagine this copy-paste, pretty much. You plant a few people, or maybe just trolls that got together like, hey, you know what? Controversy! And, they go and they type some bullshit on the internet, and then you have a couple of people here and there that are actually believing this stuff.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, let's hope that this is just a really, really terrible marketing ploy to stir up controversy about the game, because in so many of these kinds of things, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Like, everyone's going to be talking about this game. Everyone's going to want to play this game and try it out for themselves, right? To get their own opinion of it. And or jump on this bandwagon of going back and forth and picking a side of, like, it's against white people, it's not against white people. And I mean, it works. It's dirty, and it makes
good
people
marketing.
like,
yeah, it's definitely
yeah. It's just yeah. But that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, there's also like a petition, but the petition is obviously a joke one. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99.99% sure, because he was talking about like, no, this game shouldn't be in America, and they started talking about how he cannot get a girlfriend. So it's like, pretty sure it's a joke.
I think that at a certain level, 100% of internet petitions are a joke. Like,
Right.
I mean, none of them are going to do anything ever.
Pretty much.
I really wish.
But that's pretty funny.
I do wish that it's just actual people getting butthurt though. That would be like the best case for me. It's just people getting butthurt. Oh man, that would be good. Because we rarely see these kind of villains, I guess, in video games, like I've said just now. We always get the Islam and the Asians. Malaysia, where I'm from, we are always the pirates. We're like I'm literally a pirate right now. We were pirates in Archer. We were pirates in the Far Cry.
The Melee Pirates.
Well, I mean, you've got the ponytail. You've got the ponytail,
True.
so you're halfway there.
I just need the eye
and you got a
patch.
beard going a little bit.
I just need the eye patch.
In the Yakuza games,
And I need to speak
I
a very
think
broken
Koreans
Malay.
are always the bad guys.
Wait, what? Koreans?
South Koreans, yeah.
They're
in
really
the Yakuza games.
Seriously? I thought it was just other
I think it's Koreans.
Yakuza gangs. I have no idea.
Like the Yakuza gangs aren't even really in Yakuza anymore. Like the games,
Yeah, but
the name of the game in Japan is like Form of the Dragon.
Yeah, Ryuga Gotoku or something like that, yeah.
But we call it Yakuza here in America.
I thought it's I understand what you're trying to say, because the Yakuza is not really like a gang anymore, and like they run like legit businesses and shit now.
I mean, I think the gangs in the video game are not the Yakuza. Like the Yakuza, they're just gangs. I think. I don't know.
So, shit! I wanted to say one more thing about the Far Cry 5 thing. What was it? I forgot it. Anyways, oh yeah. Somebody said that is quite a few people said that it's not realistic to have a Far Cry game in USA because
But super realistic to have it on the cyber island.
it's realistic enough to it's realistic because the other games in those other countries, those countries are, corrupted and stuff like that, is what they're trying to say. Like, you can't reach this level of chaos in the US, is what they're trying to say.
I think you very easily could.
Really?
Oh,
I mean,
like, okay, think about it this way. If you shut down the internet, if you shut down power, if the power grid went down, we would absolutely be Far Cry. We would be Far Cry on steroids.
there are multiple different works of fiction about this premise. There's multiple Twilight Zone episodes. There's multiple books. Like, there's a lot of
But
things.
does it require
disaster?
like fundamental infrastructure to go down?
It doesn't require it, no. I mean, sometimes
I
the
wouldn't
government's the
think
big
so.
bad. The government is like
yeah, because I mean, if you look at the
enemy.
past election, how many people were like marching in the streets and starting riots and shit like that. So I mean, if you get people divided enough, and and then it just takes one little spark, and it's over from there, and it just spirals. But no, I think if you took down the banking system, like the not online transactions, but the wireless banking and all that stuff, if that went down, so credit cards and plastic didn't work anymore, and or the power grid went down, chaos, gone. Just people looting, and that, because they instantly go to that, because we're so used to being like, everything's cool, like we're used to being able to just go to the store and get a gallon of milk. So if you take that away from us, if you take away our phones and our method of payment, it's just like, well, fuck.
Isn't there like some sort of like huge riot in LA back in the day? Like the
LA riots,
the
yeah.
Asians versus everybody else, basically, or something, like Koreans. The Korean
can't
shop
remember
owners was on the
specifically,
rooftop
Wait, are
shooting
you
at
thinking
people
the
and
Zoot
shit.
Suit riots? Oh, the LA riots were over. That was like over a court ruling and a murder, I think.
I remember there was.
If I
I think there were. I think the Korean.
The
I think because the
1992.
Korean people owned all the shops, and when people were rioting, they were looting those shops as well. And they literally
Okay,
just
that
went
makes
up to the
sense.
roof and started shooting all these people looting.
I have seen that picture. Yeah, these are the Rodney King riots.
You gotta protect yourself, I guess. In a country where almost everyone can have guns, you gotta start shooting when everybody goes crazy, I guess. I just find the argument of realism interesting, because it's usually used when you want to say, like, when you don't like a thing, like what is that? Is it Battlefield 1? Or is it Call of Duty, the new one? Basically, one of those games said that they're gonna have playable female characters in multiplayer, right? And
Okay.
a lot of people were like, no, this is not realistic. And it's like,
Right.
neither is spawning after death. But that argument is using like game mechanics versus like the setting, which is, I don't really see the relation. Although it is like in the same work, but I feel like mechanics and settings could be separate. But to me, I just don't give a shit. Like, have playable whatever. Like, just, I just feel like when people use
I don't know.
the realism argument, is always because they don't like something that's there. Like this Montana,
Yeah.
you can't have it in the US because it's not realistic. It's like,
Yeah, because
That's
there's unrealistic things in every single game. There's going to be unrealistic elements in movies and books and games, and so to suddenly nitpick on one thing, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think you're doing it because you don't like it.
it's just weird to use that argument. It's like entertainment, and you're not like doing a documentary or something. And it's
Yeah.
not like the game developers are trying to like rewrite history. I think that is a problem.
Right.
Like, if you want to make the
Right.
Nazis look good, that will be a problem, right?
Right.
But it's not like they're trying to rewrite history. They're just trying to come up with an interesting setting. And I think having it in the US is interesting because all the other Far Cry games, you've been killing black people and you've been killing Asians, those slanty-eyed Asian motherfuckers, and you've been killing I don't even remember where Far Cry 4 was done.
Are most of the Resident Evils set in America? Or are they like in Europe? I know 5 is in Africa.
5 is in Africa. Okay, so that one
And that one got criticized for being super racist.
got criticized because the zombies were black people.
Yeah.
The
But
thing
you're in Africa.
the thing is, if I'm gonna say Far Cry, it's okay for Far Cry 5 to have white people as bad guys because you're in Montana, white supremacist cultists, whatever these bad guys are supposed to be.
Right. Right.
I have to say that it's also okay to have black zombies in Africa. I can't. Right?
Because
I
okay,
think-
look
I
at
don't
the
know if
counter
there's a-
argument. Imagine if they had this thing based in Africa, but it was all white zombies. Wouldn't people be like, "What the fuck? You're in Africa. That's not
Right.
not us."
I thought I don't know, but I thought the problem was not less that the zombies were black, but more that they were like tribal black guys, so they were kind of portrayed in a more
Really?
like savage way.
I only played a bit of it, and it seems it's just that they are from villages. Then they don't really look like tribal.
So, I mean, they're wearing like loincloths and
seriously?
headdresses. I think so. I played through the whole thing, but back in like 2008. So it's been a while, but I thought that was the case. At some point. I mean, there are clothed zombies, but there are also like spear wielding zombies.
I mean, I guess I would only have a problem with that if the tribal thing in Africa was pretty much completely gone. Like if it was like super, super rare to find any kind of tribal thing. I mean, I haven't been to Africa. I haven't researched. So I don't know. But like, if it was mostly villages and cities, then yeah, it'd be really weird to say that it's modern day and then you've got people in like headdresses and loincloths. That is kind of like they struck on Halloween night.
Okay, so apparently I was just like reading something real quick about the Resident Evil 5 thing. It's because you're a white guy going over there killing black people.
Okay, so you were right.
So I was right, what?
You were right about what was controversial about it.
Yeah, just this generic. It's
right.
Yeah. Only black people can kill black people, don't you know? Yeah, I mean that's the argument they're making, right? I'm not saying it's right. I mean that's what they're saying.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's
Okay, you know what?
That's a soundbite that I never want to hear again.
Clearly, the world is not ready for integration. It's just, okay, only black people kill black people. Only white people kill white people. Only Koreans kill Koreans.
No, you can't
like,
kill
everything,
white people.
everything.
And in Far Cry 5?
Oh yeah, you're right. You can't kill white people.
In Far Cry 5 is going to be the first where you can actually create your own character. So I can make a black woman kill white people now. Yay!
Awesome.
That's awesome.
There you go.
You can create your own character. And I'm pretty sure you can
I be a robot yet? No game ever lets me be a robot.
We're not ready for
you can be Django.
We're not ready for it.
You can go be Django in Montana.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be cool. But I also think it's because regarding the Resident Evil 5 thing, it's because it's been done so many times. I'm not saying that the criticisms is something I agree with about the game being racist. Is I think what they're saying is because it's been done so many times, like the white guy going over there saving everyone kind of thing.
Ah, I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
That, and as well as the implications of because the Africans have experienced so much racism, by the people who, slaves and whatever, and apartheid. So I can understand where they're coming from. But I'm not sure if whenever we criticize a work, should we look at the previous things that has been done, or should we just look at the thing that's in front of us?
I think you have to look at the previous things, because, I mean, previous things are, like, the context for how offensive or not something is. Like, blackface, by itself, is moderately offensive. I mean, I can't currently speak, I guess, but it's super offensive because of the way it was used in the past.
Right. I mean, I feel like you have to do a kind of a combination of both, because depending on what's happened in the past, something can be seen as offensive, just like you said. But also, any kind of social commentary is lost. For example, in Soma, it makes you think about so many things, and if you just look at the game for what it is, a lot of those concepts are kind of like, well, I guess, kind of, but when you take a step back and you say, okay, wait, they're making commentary about, the morality involving this or that. So I feel like there always has to be a balance. It can't just be A or B. It's got to be like, okay, looking at the game on its own, is it well made? Is it telling a compelling story? All that kind of stuff. But then there's also like, what does this mean in the context of today's society, and even from yesteryear, and what are they taking from? Because I mean, honestly, there's nothing new. It's all been done. Right. It's just a matter of like how are they redoing this in a way that feels fresh and innovative. So, is it just a copy paste? Like, for example, RiME. I'm looking forward to that because I was reading I just read little blurbs and I was like, oh, that sounds similar to Myst, but it's like a 3D exploring thing, and I don't know what kind of puzzles they have, but it seems like, oh, it's a brand new Myst that's going to be fun and interesting and different, but kind of based on those kind of kernels, those ideas. So that's my take on it. It should just be both, always both.
So using whatever we've said so far. So if I say Far Cry 5 is okay to have white people as the villains because it's based in Montana and it's rarely has been done, can I also say that Resident Evil 5 is kind of racist because it's a white guy going over there killing black people, even though it makes sense because it's in Africa and Africa is mostly black people? And that, is it okay for me to say that Resident Evil 5 is kind of racist because of the context of what has happened previously?
Well, no, let me ask you this. I don't know a lot about the Resident Evil series, but the main character, is this a reoccurring character?
Yeah.
Then
They usually have like a few different characters. It's in all the games you play different characters, but there are like returning characters and stuff. It's not a new character every game.
Okay.
That's true.
So I mean, there's also that you have to consider. I mean, and then what if you did change it? You know, if there's a main character in Resident Evil that's black, you know, what if he had gone over to kill Africans? That might also feel weird because he's kind of killing his kinsmen, right? Like he's going and killing his ancestors or his like, you know what I mean? Like that might also feel weird.
You can't just change the race of the protagonist and then say it's okay now.
Yeah, and then okay, what if they were Korean or Japanese? I mean, they're light skinned. They're like not necessarily white, but they're lighter skinned. So that might also be seen as racist. What if it was someone from India or from Europe? You know, so it's like if you change these roles, does anything else change? You know, at what point does it become at what point is it racism, and at what point are we just like getting ready to be offended just because it involves black people or because it involves Koreans or because it you know, something that's not quote unquote white American middle class? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I personally think Resident Evil 5 is fine. Unless someone can bring up a really good point that I might rethink it, I don't think it's racist.
I mean, okay, when you look at the bare bones, you've got a character from the series, a zombie outbreak happens somewhere in the world, and they have to go to neutralize the threat. That is the bare bones of it. So when it just happens to be in Africa and the character happens to be white, I mean,
yeah,
you know what I mean. So
yeah.
Like just from
the
what
important
from
part
what I
is
understand,
the portrayal,
right? I mean, it's not like they landed in Africa and said, okay, let's get these savages. That would be racist.
Okay,
if that's the first thing they said coming off the plane. You know what I mean? So, you know, I would have to play the game myself to kind of understand, like, okay, what kind of things are they saying, and how are these, like, if there was a weapon that was a rope and you would strangle some of them, that would be a little little raw there. So stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's those intricacies that can make it more or less like, oh, you're kind of stepping on some toes here. You're bringing back memories. You're bringing back things from history that we're trying to make peace, make amends, and move forward together. So that's
one of the comments also said, Ubisoft, because they're French, their HQ is in France, right? And they said they basically said Ubisoft were pussies because instead of like criticizing the people that requires criticism, they don't have the guts to do it, which is Islam, obviously, because like you draw a cartoon of their prophet and they go and kill you, right? Your life really is in danger, right? And they say they just went with the easy thing, like criticizing Christians. Like, that actually kind of makes sense. I'm not gonna be like risking my life.
How dare a video game not try to change the world with strong political statements?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so interesting. I'm really interested in the game though, because it's like, I don't know. Because it's the first Far Cry in like the US, I think it'll be pretty cool. And the other like leaders that's gonna help you is like, one of them is like a black preacher guy, another one is a woman that owns a bar or something like that. I think they're also really cool characters. I think it's gonna be a good game. And the fact that it pisses off so many people is even better. It's just like icing on the cake.
Oh my god, I can only imagine if I tried to stream Far Cry 5, the kind of people that would like come in and like try to start fights and start arguments among each other.
You should just like whenever you kill a bad guy, like fucking die, you white people or something. Like just try to make it worse. Oh man.
Oh. Can you imagine the mods that are gonna come out for that game? Like a mod where you could have swastikas on their foreheads or some crap like that.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, what was that game? It was a shit. It was like a space sim. Is it some kind of galactic civilization or something? It was like a space sim, and you had these different people, and there was a mod that took out everybody except the white people. I'm not even fucking kidding you.
Oh my god.
Space sim mod racist. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find it. Stellaris. The name of
Stellaris.
Yeah, the name of the game is Stellaris.
Stellar.
Okay, so the mod basically made all the humans white.
Jeez.
And the game developer, Paradox, actually pulled the mod.
Wow.
Because they thought it was racist to do that, and it goes against their conduct for
It kind of is.
I mean, yeah, it is. Some people are like, oh, it's like our choice to do it, but I guess.
It's also our choice to pull it.
Sure, it's not your game, right? I'm pretty sure the mod is out there if you really want to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, the game is Stellaris, and you just have to space sim mod races. You'll get it. changes all the humans to white, which is when I read it first, I was like really fucking hilarious. Like, how racist are you to go into a game and make a mod? It's like, seriously, does it really irk you that much to have non-white people in space?
It's just so unrealistic.
I'm gonna guess they're not Star Trek fans. I'm just gonna guess that.
At least make it like a drop-down menu. It's like, I want everyone to be white. I want everyone to be black. I want everyone to be like whatever. Just every single thing. Boop, 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 go all the way down. Just like a color wheel, and you just pick the color.
Yeah, they could have spent more work into hiding their racism with other features.
It's like, hey, look, you can make people blue or purple or all white. You know, it's whatever you want. It's whatever you want.
They're all furry, but you know under the fur they're white.
Also, the a thing that got people pissed off about the Far Cry 5 thing was the promo poster. It's a really good poster. It's basically showing like the main antagonist, that white charismatic preacher dude, sitting in the middle of the table with the American flag, having, I'm guessing, Bible or something on the table with like everybody. It looks like the Last Supper, basically.
Okay.
So it's a really nice poster, actually. So yeah, that's a thing, I guess. So yes, I'm dry. No more news. But that was seriously that was the best thing, right? I was so excited to talk about it because it's so funny that people are so pissed off about it. Oh man.
Yeah. People have a little too much free time on their hands, I think.
That's so strange. How dare you set a video game in my country?
Right?
It's cool. I want that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of killing brown people. Really?
I don't think I've played many games right to that.
Well, I did play a lot of like Call of Duty and shit back then, which was during the height of the.
Wait, why are there brown people in Call of Duty? That's unrealistic.
Because that time it was like during the height of the war against Middle East and shit like that. So the bad guys is always the Middle East with some nuke or something.
Oh, that brown. I see.
You know the George Bush time. You know.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'd like to throw this out there. I forgot to mention it earlier. Oreo has a new cream filling called Fireworks, and there's Pop Rocks in the cream, and it's amazing. And the Pop Rocks actually pop. I mean, because I've gotten things before where it's like, oh, it's got Pop Rocks in it, ooh, ah, and then you try it, and you're like, this doesn't pop for shit. These pop. So.
You're on the East Coast, so you have Tim Tams, right?
What? I'm not on the East Coast.
Oh, okay. You're not. Okay, I don't know.
No, I'm in almost
Never
Mexico,
mind.
Texas.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my thing this week's been Tim Tam Slams, which is like a Kit Kat, but it's instead of being a Kit Kat, it's a Girl Scout cookie, and so you bite each end of it and use it like a straw for the milk, and it's so good.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
So yeah, everybody go and buy Far Cry 5.
Okay.
What's the release date for it?
2018.
Okay.
Next year. I for some reason thought we were in 2015. I'm like, okay, 3 years from now. No, next year. Next year. Oh god.
If you really want to be pissed about something, you should be pissed about the pre-order stuff. They have 3 different versions. Okay, so the first one is just a normal standard $60 version. Then they have the deluxe edition, which is $70, and they have the gold edition, which is $90. Like, what the fuck?
What do you get?
Deluxe edition you get skins. Gold edition you get the season pass with the skins from the deluxe edition.
Oh, season pass! God dang it!
Of course it will be. It's Ubisoft. I'm more pissed off about the way they sell stuff rather than all this political bullshit.
Yeah. You know, buying stuff through Ubisoft or Origin or EA, it's just bleh. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, cringeworthy, downright wrong SJW views. SJW. So yeah, so if you really think about it, this week I played an SJW game and watched an SJW movie. Wonder Woman.
You've been corrupted.
Wonder Woman and Nier Automata. Nier Automata has a female protagonist.
I feel like I mean, maybe this is just because I'm on Reddit so much, but the term SJW, social justice warrior, it feels very pejorative. It doesn't feel like...
It's super watered down now.
Yeah, it's almost like saying that someone's a feminist. It's like, oh, geez, no.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I don't think Wonder Woman's a social justice warrior movie just because the main character is a woman.
Yeah, no, social justice warriors are the people that go online and get butthurt about stuff. Like, to the extreme. Like, Humongous What? Anybody remember that thing that blew up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a social justice warrior.
They also get offended on others' behalves incorrectly.
Yes! Oh my god, that is so infuriating. It's like that you're not part of this world, and so, like, saying that you're going to go on a march...
of this other thing.
Saying that you're going to go on a march on behalf of certain people of color, or on behalf of women, or on behalf of whatever, it's just... But you're not part of that group, and no one asked you to do that. It's not like women stood up and said, hey, you know what, we're going to march for XYZ reason, and then everyone else said, yeah, we support you, we'll be there. But when you're not in the group and you stand up and say, we're going to march for this, and it's like, wait, okay.
We don't want that.
My favorite,
okay, guys.
Whenever somebody mentions something about, like, getting worked out about for somebody else's behalf, my favorite story about that is museum doing a Japanese tour kind of thing. By actual Japanese people. They are the one giving the tour, telling them, oh, this is the thing back then, blah, blah, blah. So at the end of the tour, they give all the people in the tour kimonos to wear to take a picture. And then there were, I'm pretty sure, white women there and say, no, you should be insulted by this. And the Japanese people are like, why?
But we're not.
They're sharing their culture.
Right.
It's not, you're learning about their culture. It's not like they were, taking you. Yeah, no.
What's the opposite of gatekeeping? That's what this is. Like, you should be insulted. Come in here and get riled up.
They were like, this is insulting. Don't you find this insulting? No. You should be insulted. Why?
There are cases of people unaware of when they're being insulted.
Sure.
But this is not one of those times.
This is not one of those cases, yeah.
No. And in fact, I feel like it's an insult to someone else's intelligence if you're telling them, like, you should be insulted because of this.
For sure.
You just don't understand why it's insulting, but trust me, you're being insulted right now and you should be upset. Like,
I just learned, I'm really late to the game. I just learned that there's a band called One Day. Oh, shit, what is it called?
One Direction.
No.
One.
That's really late to the game.
It's called Day Above Ground, and they have a song called Asian Girls with a Z at the back.
Nice.
Jesus.
And it's like, let me look up the lyrics. I can't just to Asian girl, she's my Asian girl. I love your sticky rice, butt fucking all night, Korean barbecue, bitch, I love you. This is my favorite. I love your creamy yellow thighs, oh, your slanted eyes.
Oh man.
And so apparently this song came out in like 2000.
Cream and yellow don't go together either.
This came out
Among
in like,
other problems with that lyric.
this song came out in like 2013, and they basically held their ground saying this is not racist, this is satire. But the song literally does not make any criticism or comments about what they're trying to satirize. It's just love your creamy yellow thighs and your slanted eyes. That's some genius lyrics right there.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that's a thing. So yes. So yeah, what are you guys gonna be doing next week? What are you guys looking forward to? I'll be playing more Nier Automata.
I'll be hopefully finishing up Heroes Rise: The Prodigy, the like choose your own adventure story, and right before recording this, I had just gotten to the new zone in Hover and shut it down. So I'm looking forward to playing that, but given some of the things I've seen on the Hover Discord community, the final boss is really bad. Just like not fun.
That boss is in this game? Oh.
I mean, Jet Set Radio had a boss.
Oh. Did not
or two.
Do you attack or like race against the boss?
So there hasn't been a boss in Hover yet. It's indicated that basically you have to... a thing will spawn and you pick it up and you deliver it to a certain thing to like destroy it or overload it or something like that. Oh. And the reason it's hard is because you have AIs helping you, and the AI in Hover is garbage. It's so bad. So like your AI has the item, you have a time limit to deliver, and it's just derping around in the corner, and you can't take things from your allies.
So it's an escort mission kind of boss fight. Sort
of. I mean, like if you beat your ally to the item, you will pick it up instead of them.
Right.
But it's just it's like they're hurting you by trying to help you.
Right.
Oh jeez.
And the online component to the game isn't great either, because I'm not sure how that would work, but like let's say you're playing online and you're doing a story mission where it's like, beat me in a race and I'll give you the key to the thing. If two human players race the guy, only the person who gets first place actually completes the mission.
Oh.
So so I haven't played online yet since launch, because there's no point to me playing online.
Right, because you're competing with each other. It's not a team effort.
Yeah, I'll just have to do it more and more. It's the game has some badness, but I still like it and still recommend it, but it's got some badness. It's also pretty buggy. Like they're like, we're coming out of early access, and we're also gonna dump a whole bunch of new features that you guys didn't play test yet. It's like, good timing, guys. Brilliant.
Awesome.
What about you, Kelly? What would you be doing?
Yeah.
Let's see, this upcoming week, my friends are probably going to say, let's go see Wonder Woman. And I'll say, okay. So I'll probably be seeing Wonder Woman.
It's good.
I'm boycotting. I'm boycotting the women only thing. I don't agree with that, so not doing that. But
you mean the Alamo thing?
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna endorse that. I don't believe in shutting out groups.
Exclusion.
I don't care who it is, excluding anybody. Like nah. And let's see, probably dipping my toes into ARC to see what that's like. Maybe even looking into RiME, because I'm really curious about that. Even paying full price, like I'm just so curious to see what that's going to be like, because I love exploring. I love chill games.
Like a couple within the last couple months, the creators of Myst did actually come out with a new game, I think.
Abduction,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, my mom was like super into Myst, like crazy into Myst. Like she's played it multiple times. She owns all the series.
I've never
she even
played
entered
Myst.
A contest.
Are there really difficult puzzles in Myst? Like maybe she would like The Witness.
Okay,
maybe.
Let me put it. Oh yeah, no, she loves The Witness.
It's a weird kind of puzzle.
So I actually was looking up on this stuff. I won't go into too much detail, but basically, Myst is not like any other game you've ever played. I can almost guarantee it. The way that it tackles puzzles and exploration and all that kind of stuff, it's very different. It's very trial and error. It's very observational. You need to take notes. You need to take notes. You need to take notes. Like there were releases of the game that came with a notebook. But yeah, it's so I love it for that because it's very different. It stands on its own, and in my opinion, it stands the test of time as far as the puzzles go. But anyway, so yeah,
yeah. I could never get past the piano. Like, I even looked up a guide, and I just couldn't get the piano. Like, I don't know if the game was bugged or what.
In the spaceship?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I remember, I think there was some kind of trick to that. Like, my mom got stuck on that for a while. Or I should say we, because I was playing the game with her. That's actually kind of
I was more into Ribbon, anyway.
Oh, yeah. That was a really nice one. But that's actually kind of how I broke into video games in the first place. It's my mom, which is pretty badass. But anyway. So yeah, RiME, Arc, maybe more of my creative perler stuff. So yeah.
Have you played?
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Have you played Subnautica?
I've seen a lot of it. I
want to play that.
I'm very cheap. Stuff goes on sale all the time, so I'm like, it's $10 or less, and maybe if it's like a really good game, like I feel like for Subnautica, I would be willing to spend $15. But it's like stuff goes on sale so frequently, and I have such a huge library.
Right.
I have over 370 games now, I think, between all of my systems and my PC. So I got time to kill. Like I don't need these games right away. I'm not starving for something to play, so I can wait it out.
I really need to play Vanquish because that one just came out. Did you guys see the new Star Trek VR game?
Oh. Yeah, my friend was playing it.
It looks kind of cool.
I haven't.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
So basically, you just
I don't have VR though.
I don't even know what's the goal, but you just play a crew, right? Everybody have their own like responsibilities and stuff.
Okay.
I always like that. So like a really dumbed down version of that is a game for mobile. I can't remember what it's called.
Is it Artemis?
No, wait. Mobile Space Sim? Space.
My friend was saying that one of the advantages to having a VR game like that is you can do things like take a vote and see who raises their hands and like that kind of stuff on the ship.
Yeah.
So there's some cool like physical communications you can do.
I can't remember the name of this game. Played it before. You have to have like 3 or 4 people.
Is it the one where things go wrong? It's like, you need to send me more energy or I can repair the...
Yes. You know...
I don't know what it's called either.
Yeah, fucking hell.
No. I know the game.
I thought you were going to tell me the name, god damn it.
Sorry.
So yeah, it was like, no, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. So basically what... The thing that you have on screen and the instructions given to you, the instructions is for somebody else. And then there'll be like people shouting at each other. It's quite fun.
That sounds like Keep Talking and No One Explodes.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah. But it's more... Cool. Okay, I wouldn't say more fast-paced, but it requires... Since it's gonna be like more than 2 people playing, you have to shout over everyone.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you can get a sore throat playing that game. So yeah.
That's how you destroy friendships. Right there.
Okay. Good place to wrap up?
I think so.
Nice.
Yep.
Callie, where can people find you?
I am on Twitch as CaliXenon. I'm a variety streamer. Oh, I'm also on Twitter. I have an Instagram. I even have one of those fancy Snapchats with all the crazy filters. But I'm CaliXenon all throughout, so if you look at my name, all that stuff will pop up.
And where can people find you, Fo?
I'm on YouTube and Twitter mostly. I've been posting to Facebook a little bit lately, but I think I might actually stop just using Facebook altogether, even personally. I don't know. So yeah, basically just YouTube and Twitter as Foehamner, Foehamner.
And I'm Pupunoob, Pupunoob everywhere on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Have not been able to post regularly on YouTube though. But we also have a new Discord, which I keep forgetting to mention.
Oh yeah, you remembered. You remembered.
Oh yeah.
So yes.
I can recommend the Discord. You guys come hang out with us.
Yeah, so we
talk
have a
about
Discord
games and stuff.
Shit.
Today we talked about, was it Massage the Rapist?
Yep.
Oh Jesus. You guys know I'm a massage therapist, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is,
Yeah, so I saw
when
that.
I
I
saw
like that
that,
joke.
I thought of you the first thing. The first thing I was like, isn't Callie a massage therapist? Yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't know that. Sorry, I forgot. I had forgotten.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, come and hang out. All the description, I want to say all the description is the links below. All the links is in the description below. All the Discord, Callie's links, Fo's links, and my links, blah blah blah. Sarah's links as well. So yes, thank you very much for watching and listening to us. We will see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.